it's like I feel really fulfilled with my partner when I can speak both my dialects comfortably and they understand me because I feel understood, I feel seen. Because I'm two different people. I'm an English speaker and I'm a Spanish speaker, and I'm two completely different people depending on how I'm speaking, right? Um, so feeling understood on both sides, like both aspects of myself, feels really great. But then there's a language barrier because of the dialects. So I could be saying something one way, and it could be it has been taken like differently before, and like it just causes unnecessary problems. So when you say like dating within my race or in my culture or whatever, it really like yes and no. Like I'll stray away from this now because I know like I'm gonna be misunderstood. But yeah, I don't have a type.
No, I
whoever treats me right.
Now, for the end of the day, you're gonna give your love to whoever deserves it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Would you put in that effort to go ahead and put someone onto your culture to teach them the background, like having this, and vice versa? Would you be open to accepting other cultures?
Absolutely. Because if we're gonna like at the end of the day have children, I want my children to be as diverse as they possibly can be. I want them to have all aspects of the world because I definitely think that it does develop certain characteristics in your brain, like I see it within myself. I can understand two completely different worlds just because I speak one other language. Imagine if I spoke 3, 4, 5. It'd just be a different world.
Opportunities too.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well, yeah. You did inside.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's your type?
I don't know. I don't want to say I have a type, but I definitely know what I look for when it comes to dating certain people. I don't even know how to elaborate on that.
Is it
really.
looks though, or is it like how they carry themselves?
I don't know. I don't want to seem like what is it? I like white girls. I like anyone who is especially like a lot of ethnicities who know how to cook, who know how to take care of their significant other, who know how to go ahead and show respect to, like you're saying, different cultures. Being available to go ahead and show interest and openness in a melting pot. I don't want someone who's just only like strict to their culture and is only going to stick to this culture. I want someone who's going to be able to accept my African culture, who's not going to see eating with their hands as like something that's disgusting to them. I want obviously someone like my mom would obviously appreciate. So sometimes in the past I have been very picky. I would say that's why I was like more hesitant to go ahead and then throw different ethnicities and cultures and demographics out there, but nowadays it's just like if you definitely show me love, you're open to communication like we were talking about, you're willing to go ahead and see me for who I am and not just have a picture of me in your head, you're always welcome within my arms. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say anything specific, but that could be for another episode.
They gotta be 5'2" to 5'9".
No,
that's it.
There's none of that. Like straight 0. Nah.
What about you? What's your type?
I mean, no specific type, and the reason being is because for me, I'm super simple. As long as obviously attraction is there, both physical and emotional attraction and spiritual attraction. As long as that's there, boom. And then also, if I'm just able to have a conversation with you and we can respect one another, that's one of the bigger things for me. Reason I don't have, over the years I've developed, I mean, yeah, there's things that I look for sure, everybody does, but just a type per se, I don't know if you've ever heard of the relationship formula. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, I don't think so.
Put us on, sir.
Yeah.
So,
elaborate.
The relationship formula is you have false expectations of something you look for in somebody. So, obviously you have your list, and you're just A, B, C, D, D. If they don't have this, nah. Plus,
guilty.
plus an unexpected reality, and that's obviously you're getting everything opposite of your list equals immense frustration. So you're not happy with your relationship when you should be. You have somebody who's totally down to earth. Everybody says they're perfect for you, but because you personally think, because they don't hit what I look for, what I'm looking for, now you're unhappy. And so that's one of the things I picked up from a pastor I love to watch. His name is Michael Todd. Super super great pastor, but something I picked up from him, and I've thought about it, and I've gone through my own personal relationships where I've looked at that and I was like, oh crap, I did do that, and I can see that now because I feel like the more you get to know somebody, you don't realize it right then and there of why you're so attracted to them and why you're so drawn to them. You don't see it right then and there, but if you give it time and don't give up, then you'll see, okay, they're here for this reason. I just never saw it then, but now I see it now. So I just think it just maintains that openness. And I think for me that's a big part is people being open enough that obviously you get to grow together. Now you start from right here and both of you are struggling and you just build into this great empire over here. Down the line, you're just like, I'm glad I didn't give up on it because you weren't my type.
Yeah, I feel
There's a reason they're in your life. So that's particularly.
I'm just like, you hit a nerve on that one because.
Ooh, what nerve!
Yeah, I definitely. It just reminded me of somebody that I hurt because they didn't check those boxes, but everything else was great. Like I was pampered. They were there for me. They would spoil me for anything I needed. They would give me attention. We were attracted to each other. But it just I don't know. I was like, I know I can't. I was just like, it's not for me. You're not for me because I don't want you to be.
Yeah.
Instead of holding on and being because I know they're a great person. They're an amazing person. I just didn't want them.
Yeah.
And even to this day, I still feel bad. I want to reach out and say, hey, I want you to know, I have so much love for them, but I just not the way that they want it, you know? And they hate me for it. I'm a bad person in their eyes. And I'm okay with that, you know? Because I can't fight it because they're right. I did hurt them. And I take full accountability, but, they just didn't hit the boxes. It wasn't the right formula, you know? The cake burned.
And again,
it's not superficial though. It's you knowing what you want.
Yeah, you know what you're attracted to.
Yeah.
That's a gimmick. Obviously, you can look at somebody and be like, ew, and you can look at somebody like, oh my gosh. But at the same time, if you're going to spend the rest of your life with somebody, yes, you obviously need to be attracted to them.
I feel like something that I have to work on as far as being intimate with somebody is empathy. Because coming from my culture, the man is supposed to be a strong provider, emotionless and not talk about their feelings and toughen up and be a man about it, you know? And I feel even now, when a man shows me any type of vulnerability or, emotion that's real strength for a man to be vulnerable in front of a woman in front of a woman. I still take it as weakness. They're really crying in front of me right now. I don't know what to do. And yeah, and then I know that's internal traumas that I have too because I was not emotionally taken care of as a kid either. They would be you toughen up, you know. So then I'm just I don't know how to fix it for them or just be there, you know. I'm kind of just taken aback oh, don't do that. You know. And it sucks because I didn't see it until after it happened. Then I was damn, I wasn't there for them. What was I doing, you know?
Yeah. Hindsight's always 20/20, you know. But you also can't take that blame. because sometimes that person was just either asking for too much or they're asking for something that you weren't. Like you're saying, those unreal expectations. It's a person who has the expectations. Sometimes it was their own fault. But at the end of the day, you do obviously take blame. You're like, I know I could have stepped to that occasion or rose to where they wanted me to be, just wasn't at that time.
Mm-hmm.
What has been your biggest downfall when it comes to like relationships? Like, I don't know if I'm asking you.
I can't settle down. I'm all over the place. I can't settle down. I mean, I want to be, monogamous and just like be with my partner, but it's just like sometimes I know I'm at the stage right now where it's just like I want to experience more. I want to be out there and taking all these lessons in, whether physically, whether emotionally, and you can't always get everything from one person. And I feel like sometimes trying to put everything you can into one person, like I was mentioning before, if they're not emotionally available or if they're, prime example, one situation I had, they were always trying to heal me. There was always something wrong. I was trying to deal with something, or I had a bunch of stuff on my plate that I had to figure out in my life, and because I was focusing or trying to focus on myself, I personally wasn't able to balance my emotions with them, my time and energy with them. End of the day, they were prepared for a relationship, but I wasn't. So it wasn't fair to either one of us to, even though we had that pace in our minds, it didn't seem like with the way things were going, that consistency wasn't there. They were, instead of always moving forward step by step, it'd be 5 steps forward, 4 steps back. And at a point it was like, okay, well, if you really are ready and I'm not, even though we're trying to work on this, it's causing more grief and pain than actual positivity. We're trying to grow, but it seems like it's not really working out. At that point, you really have to let it go. And as I was saying previously as well, I want to go ahead and take blame for it, but I really can't because that's not something that I was willing to accept into my life at that time. So why would I go ahead and hold someone back?
You're entitled to saying I'm not ready.
Exactly. So now I can actually go ahead and put my energy into something that I really want to focus on while still enjoying myself in those ways that I was saying before. Like, I can go ahead and hang out with different people without having to worry about what it may seem like to my partner because I don't have a partner. So I can go ahead and freely be myself in that sense and monitor and safeguard my emotions while still getting those experiences. But going ahead and being my ultimate goal at the end to going ahead and find the best me I can be. So.
Downfall?
I think my biggest downfall is it has to be having that trust, because I already don't trust people as it is. And
like trust what, in like all aspects or?
Yeah, so I've been cheated on twice, and obviously to trust in that aspect. I've been lied to and led on, meaning I've seen this girl for the most. I've seen her and said, oh yeah, she's definitely like my ideal girl. Obviously, she makes me super happy. I could definitely see myself marrying her. I could see myself down the line with her. And, I feel like it's being reciprocated, and then just out of the blue one day, it's just like, oh no, I don't feel the same way. And I'm just like, okay, how can you let me believe that when I thought the same thing? Now, I am guilty of, I know I've done something similar of that, and again, we're not perfect, but I think a big part of it is being able to, one, be in a relationship knowing you're ready. And I know for myself, I wasn't able to have that confidence to say I wasn't ready. I only said I was ready for a relationship because I liked where it was going. But
you like that instant gratification.
Yeah. And it's not that I'm codependent in any way, because I'm a hyper independent person. I love my space. I love also having somebody, but I need to be able to tolerate that person. I don't need to see people every day. I don't need that constant human interaction, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I like to be able to do everything that I want And then, of course, at the end of the day, have my favorite person that I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
come home to, sit next to, have a conversation with, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that, you know, in other relationships that have ended, not from my doing, I know those hurt me more than the ones that I've had to end, because I found myself still stuck on those relationships and, you know, still living through those, trying to convince myself I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a big trust in not only other people, but also myself. You know, being able to tell myself, okay, I'm ready. And then actually being able to say it truthfully.
And act on it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to add on that really fast, so like insecurities as well, you know, something like that, being hurt in the past, feeling like you weren't good enough for somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're finding out, because you didn't get that closure, you know,
Yeah.
they didn't ever say, oh, well, you didn't do this and this, and then you can go back to the drawing board and figure out, well, okay, well, I've stepped up and I know how to do this, I've learned how to do this, these are all in my back pocket, in my toolbox now.
Yeah.
No, instead, you're just beating yourself up because you still can't figure out why was it, did I not have the money for them? Did I not have the empathy? Was I not giving them words of affirmation? You know, was I not loving them in their love language? You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes in the future, that can cause you to, I guess, self-sabotage your own
Yeah.
relationships, you know, because you're just like, okay, well, I don't feel like I'm good enough for this person. Meanwhile, they're just showering you with love, so much backing, you know, and stuff like that.
You said something. I was gonna. I lost it.
Self-sabotage,
I
right?
lost it.
Love languages.
No, you had
Love
said.
language.
Damn it. You had said something like, "Oh, it was so good too."
Should I run it back, Turbo?
Rewind.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the insecurities. You know, sometimes they don't give you that closure. So
Oh, okay, yeah. Insecurities. There you go. Okay, got it. When you think about it, though, these people that, you know, hurt you or didn't give you that, like, closure you needed or caused these new insecurities because you didn't feel good enough for them or whatever, like, retrospectively, like, going back and you now, were they even worth it, though? No, but then you still carry that, right?
that's the issue.
Like, and that's, like, one of the things that's really frustrating to me, at least, because it's like, this person didn't value my time, didn't value my person, didn't, you know, give me my place in their life, didn't show me, like, or at least remind me of my worth, you know.